Alright guys, it is Monday. We're starting the week out with a bull interior, steer exterior, and headlight restoration. It is pretty filthy. So we're going to be shampooing the carpet, seats, all that good stuff. Cleaning the headlights. Got them all taped up, ready to go. They're not too bad, but definitely need to bring some clarity back to them. And then that's about it. No engine bay detail, just have it popped up to help with the headlights. But let's get at it. Got the canopy up too today. You're gonna get nice cool shade. All right guys, so how I'm gonna do these headlights, you can tell they're a little bit cloudy, not too bad, not really yellow in any way. We're gonna start out with this 2000 grit sandpaper, and then we're gonna finish off with a 3000 grit, and then we're going to compound, take out the swirls, finish it, and then put a ceramic spray coating on it to give it that extra life again. So that is the process. I think I got this kit off Amazon. It comes with this little pad. So I'll put this right on top of it, and then I'll do a wet sand. So I'll use a rinseless wash, squirt down the headlight, and then start sanding. Obviously it's going to be a little scratched up from the sandpaper, but you can kind of already tell that has brought out some clarity in it. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side, and then we're going to come back and hit it with the 3000 grit. Alright, so this one's done. I kind of just trash them after one use. There's no point in saving them. I mean, the pack is pretty cheap and you get like 50 of each, so I just throw them out. Now we'll move on to the 3000 grit, smooth it out, and then we're going to move on to a pad and compound. Yeah, I'll do a compound and then I'll do a finish on these just to give it a little more clarity. Just like that, 3000 done. You can tell it's just a little cloudy, if you want to say, just from the scratches from sanding. But we're gonna do the other side, and then we'll get to compounding it. All right, so now we're gonna do a alcohol wipe down just to get it nice and clean of everything. I got my Lake Country HDO pad, I think, this orange one. It's like a medium grade. We're going to use that for the compound. And then we're going to use the black polish finishing one for the finishing touch. What I'm using today, so I just found this. I need to use it up. This is not my go-to, but I just need to use it up or it's just going to sit around forever. So we're going to use this McGuire's compound. Typically I use, I think it's called the Last Cut heavy cut compound. Free of dyes, all that good stuff, fillers. So that's what I typically use, but I saw this, I'm gonna use it up. Hopefully it does the job. If not, I'll bust out the other one. And then for the finishing with the black pad, I'll use this Sonax Perfect Finish. That's what I use for the black one, and this will be the second step to it. But we're gonna get a couple dabs, come on here. We're gonna work it in and get to polishing. could tell already, just that compound kind of did the job. We're still gonna go ahead and do a finish with the black pad just to ensure a little bit more quality and to take out just those finer swirls and scratches, but that's already a pretty big improvement from the start. All right guys, so now we're gonna do the finishing step. It already looks pretty good, but we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the finish, and then we'll go ahead and do the ceramic spray coating for protection, and then that'll be it for these headlights. You can move pretty quick with the finishing step. As you saw, I was going pretty fast. But that is that right there for that. We'll do another alcohol wipe down, and then we'll do the coating. All right, now that everything is polished and corrected, we're going to use this graphene ceramic spray coating. We're going to use this applicator pad. I'm going to spray this on the applicator pad, a couple squirts, and then go ahead and apply it on the headlights. Gonna let it flash and then buff out the excess. Alright guys, just saw it flash. It's kind of hard to tell. You'll see some nice rainbows in there. That is when it flashes, and that's when it is time to go ahead and buff it out. Not too long, about 30 seconds maybe. Go ahead and buff it, level it out, nice and smooth. And then that is about it for the headlights. They are clean and protected now. Those headlights are looking good. And if you're watching this, learning how to do headlights or haven't done headlights before, I will say it can be a little nerve-wracking or a little scary once you get to sanding, because once you finish sanding, the headlights are going to be all scratched up. And just my experience when I first started doing headlights and learning, I was scared. I was like, oh crap, I just messed up the headlight because it's all scratched up and cloudy. But that is all right. That is part of the process. That's something you have to get comfortable with. You're gonna scratch it up, but knowing that you can take those scratches out, fix it, and make them look new again. You just gotta get used to that feeling, I guess, if you want to call it, that it's gonna be all right in the end. Just make sure you use the right grits. Make sure you know what grit is what. The higher the grit, the smoother it is. So like I said, in this instance, I started out with the 2000 grit and then went to 3000. So you just got to learn that process. Start with the lower grit, whether you guys start at 1000, then 2000, and then finish with 3000. You just got to sand it all out, level it all out, and then polish out all those sanding marks. If you got to do a two-step, one-step, whatever it takes, and then make sure you put some protection on it. I always put tape around it, as you saw, just to protect the paint around it, because you're going to be going over it, just as a safety measure. And hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes you a little more comfortable if you are learning to do headlights and you're going to be doing headlight restorations. But that's how we do that. So we knocked out the headlights. Moving on to the interior. It's pretty nasty. Got to get all the pet hair, all the dirt, wipe down, detail all the plastics, blow everything out, shampoo all the carpet, mats, and seats. And then we're going to move on to the exterior, our basic exterior wash. And so now we're going to move on to that. I got to help out my man who's helping me out today. He's been on the interior while I've been doing the headlights, but time to get to it. As you can tell, that's pretty bad. How much would you charge for a detail like this? Pet hair, gunk, all that kind of stuff. Detailing everything, shampoo. Let me know what you would charge in the comments. Like I said, we got the canopy out today. We're here in Central Texas, south of Austin, Bastrop, Texas to be exact. Got this 10x15 canopy. Use it to cover the vehicles, keep us in the cool shade. That's a plus, but also it keeps the vehicle nice and cool enough for us to safely work on the car and not have to worry about extreme heat on the paint or the plastics. But like I said, it also keeps it shaded, so 2 for 1. This is an ABC canopy right here. I got a red one. That's the color thing, obviously. And hey, if somebody's driving by and they see a big red canopy in somebody's driveway wondering what's going on, I think it's a little bit of a advertising gimmick, if you want to call it, as well. But we're knocking this out. I think I paid about $500 for this. Also too, there's some Velcro here. There's sidewalls that can be attached to this. I have not used them yet, haven't felt the need to, but you can kind of enclose a side off if you need to. Last week we had a big storm roll through, blowing over trash cans. Thought we were about to lose this canopy. My helper with me today was there, and man, we were fighting it. We were soaking wet, drenched. It did tear a hole in one of those top ones, but hey, this sucker made it through the storm. And I feel like if I had bought any other canopy, like from Academy or whatever the case is, it probably would not have lasted. So there's probably a little bit of evidence that this sucker right here is industrial grade. It is sturdy. This the top part stayed intact, no rips or tears, besides that one that was already there, I think, from packing it up and stuff. Metal, no bends, no cracks, no nothing. I was worried that that storm was gonna take it away and I was gonna have to say goodbye and buy a new one, but it's proved to me that it's been worth the money. And it's late May. It's gonna be about 90 something today. There's a nice cool breeze, so it's not too bad. But come summertime, June, July, August, this sucker will probably be our best friend, keeping us out of the heat, dropping the degrees by 15 to 20, and keeping the vehicles, the customers' vehicles, nice and safe while we're applying sprays and chemicals, soaps, all that stuff, so we don't induce any sort of watermarks or stains, whatever the case is. So it's definitely been worth it. And maybe I can leave a link for y'all to check it out and get one if you're interested. I actually can set this sucker up by myself. Obviously you gotta be a little more careful, but surprisingly or not, I can set it up by myself. I am a little bit more taller, so if you are a little shorter, it may be a lot harder, difficult to set up by yourself, but this can be done with one person. 2 people, obviously a whole lot easier, but that's also a plus too if you are interested in getting one. So let's get this interior going. All right guys, it's about 2 o'clock. We got here at 10. We are shampooing the interior now. Got the mats done. It's already looking 10 times better. We got about half of the vehicle to shampoo. I'm probably going to move on to the wheels and tires, get those cleaned up, prepped for the wash, help them wrap up the interior, knock out a quick wash, and be done for the day. So, ooh, now that's pretty bad. Now that's a lot better. I'm working on these tires. He's wrapping up the shampoo, trying to knock this sucker out. Let's get back to it. Alright guys, that is it. 4 o'clock. 4, 5, 6. 6 hours. 1 hour short of our estimated time. Knocked it out, got it clean. Customer's happy. Time to get paid. That is it for today. I'll see y'all.